Yes.
Today, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Yes, you're fine. I already talked to Laura. Laura pulled the papers out and stapled them together. And I tried to tell her the teacher said turn it in because we don't need it anymore.
It's the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Los Angeles Rams.
Yep, no problem.
It is a pretty hot late summer afternoon here in the South Bay as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here.
Hello.
They come in off a loss in the season opener, which doubled as the home opener.
And when you lose that way, at home.
No. No, and I'm about 2 hours away from you if you're in Akron. Oh, that's even further, probably 4 hours or more. Oh, no problem. Bye.
Season opener, it almost feels like 2 losses. So it's a big fight to get yourselves ready to go to play the next week.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, they come into this one after a loss in the opener, and they're in for another tough test here.
And what a battle for an organization to look at your schedule and see 2 road games to start the season and not have a letdown immediately. If you got to fight against that, they've got to come out ready to play.
The Rams taking the field and leading the way, the man from Cal, the former #1 overall pick, Jared Goff.
I love this quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. The throw over the middle, taken in. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun. Gone. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really
well, there's no fixing
that. Motivate them. Most of these guys are so motivated and have a lot of pride in their performance.
No.
Nice work on the return.
We'll have to get one of the other ones out of the package. Well, see if it, that's still the bottom, so see if it still works.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
And give him about 5 as he gets brings this up to the 48-yard line. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
I have no idea, Lily.
He did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot. C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Valdez-Scantling, his second touchdown on the season. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener.
They're in there somewhere, buddy.
Week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? I'm not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Taking about 7 years.
Wait, you made a touchdown? Wait.
Yeah.
Watch this. Wait.
Oh, come here. Be careful, but.
Well, look, here's my problem. I'm going to be in bed using it. And look, it won't snap in.
Oh, is that the problem now?
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll find the other ones later.
Because you know I like to, you know.
That's deep.
Okay, go play. Both of you.
At their own 25-yard line.
So the Rams coming back onto the field.
For now, yes. It at least gets it to stand for you.
They're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
Huh?
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you played before, realize it hasn't worked.
Settle down.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The 29-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
That's fine.
From the gun, here's Goff. He gets it left side to Johnson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Play action, it's Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll give them a fresh set of downs.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st and 10, Goff. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally, you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact. But in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Throwaway and incomplete.
So we've seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter. Here's another good example.
Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll kick it away for the second time. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4.
They'll set up a throw. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
40-yard line.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Rams, nothing.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line?
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Take it in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
At the 34-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Javon Kinlaw What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Goff. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there, and so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
By Jalen Ramsey.
They'll look to throw. Finding some room at midfield. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Rams are going offense here with a 1st and 10. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over.
Even though you really didn't eat much.
You can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive. It wasn't his fault. Listen, if some guys are going to be casualties at times, we're trying to win a game.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Goff now looking to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
8 yards to go.
There's Goff.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Apollo Witherspoon on the coverage.
3rd and long. It's gone. Right side complete. That's Woods. And they'll get him down to the
No, sit at the table, honey. What do you have?
The first. They get 7 there, but it brings up.
That's fine.
Certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Okay, drop it.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it. But fortunately, he's able to... I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter. He's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Well, the second down throw on target, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Gain of 9 yards.
Now a first down throw, gone.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll find Miller, that's complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
At the Niners' 33-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Goff throwing again. He'll look underneath and dump it off to Duke Johnson. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To the air again. Goff. And down inside the 15 he goes. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
That'll be caught by Kupp. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. 3rd and 2, Goff. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Eric Armstead drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Rams 2.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They were losers a week ago to Arizona, but they're on top here as they start this drive with 1st and 10. Second half begins with a run by Henry. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
24-yard line.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And his throw here is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Derrick Henry. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1 yard gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the 49ers had 6 to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just got to have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays, nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in the play caller's mind, and this time, they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over to 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Again, it's Henry. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
44-yard line.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
To Paris Campbell. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Now throwing on first down and completing it. And brought down, not before they're inside the 25. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stock troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on.
And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the 49ers add on to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On the crossing route, complete. That's Woods. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
And the Rams 1st down.
From the gun, here's Goff. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at their 48-yard line.
Throwing again is Goff. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there. 3rd down here.
It's 3rd down and 7.
Again, Goff. He gets it left side of Johnson. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. It's caught inside the 25. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Well, they have held him pretty well in check, but if you recall back in the first quarter, you said they needed to avoid the big play. He finally gets loose.
And the thing about it doesn't have to be a bunch of big plays. Sometimes one big play can be enough. That's why it's tough to deal with a guy like that.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
At the 25-yard line.
Out of the gun. Gone. And a quick throw here. That's complete. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Fourth down.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. Boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Henry. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
He's brought down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here at a game that looks to have been decided already. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And it's fielded at the 34. And he goes out right around the 39. 35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. L.A. readies for its next possession. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Goff. Screenplay, Johnson. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll go down at the 28. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 2nd down. This one brought in by Jefferson. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. A shotgun snap for Goff. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
Now Goff. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Randy Bullock lining up.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.